This isn't a comment about Brexit, by the way, it's just a matter of fact that we've benefited hundreds of millions of pounds of dedicated funds that came into the city and the region that has enabled this city and this region to build the innovation assets that it has today. We've had dedicated funding through programmes like ERDF and the ESF, putting millions of pounds into the city that's enabled Birmingham and the West Midlands to have the innovation assets that it has today. The problem with that is that it's competitive, it's often short-term 2-3-year projects. However, the fact that that funding works in 6-year cycles enables us as a city and region to build longer-term planning, and I think you can see the benefit that that's had in the city and region. You have a really powerful ecosystem with a lot of assets. You only have to look just to the left at Steamhouse, benefited significantly from millions of pounds worth of ERDF funding. So that's the good. Unfortunately, we don't have that funding anymore, but that's the good. The not so good, I won't call it, is the current state of affairs. We've left the European Union. The like-for-like replacement of that funding is called the European Shared Prosperity, the UK Shared Prosperity Fund. But the quantum of that funding, despite government assurances that they will match lost funding for cities and regions, the quantum of that funding is about a third of what we used to get. Now that has implications. Just in the 2014 to 20 period, which was the last European funding cycle, the West Midlands received directly for us to manage somewhere in excess of £550 million. So we was able to dedicate that resource to areas of preference for us and on key strands around research and innovation. So that's why we had such investment in the ecosystem. Basically, like £88 million of UK shared prosperity funding for 3 years. We don't know what comes next, but clearly it's not the same quantum. So a lot of the things we've built up over many years has sort of reached a bit of a cliff edge, really. And we just cannot support the programmes and investments that we used to. So it's a bit more of a challenging environment. The one good about the present is we do have a West Midlands Innovation Accelerator that's provided us £33 million. Fabulous news. It will talk more about the Innovation Accelerator, and of course we have Diatomic, which is funded through that accelerator, and we'll talk more about Diatomic. But I'll finish on the future. Are we glass half full, or are we glass half empty? I'll try and be glass half full. We're in the middle of the next phase of the West Midlands devolution deal. We are in negotiations with government around the new settlement. It's called now the integrated settlement, so that word integrated is key. Will it be integrated? Well, we'll see. But this is an opportunity where the West Midlands will receive a 5-year funding deal that will allow us to build place-based strategies, economic strategies that enable us to better strategically align economic development functions, economic growth activities, including innovation, because you can't do innovation without doing employment, without doing skills, without doing business support, without doing all of those other economic functions that make a city tick and make a city grow and become more productive and become more competitive. So there has to be a strategic alignment and integration. So the single settlement gives local authorities, for example, the opportunity to build place-based strategies. We will. What we're concerned about is whether innovation becomes within scope of our local place-based strategies. My concern is that it will be an accelerator Mark II rather than embedding innovation into place-based economic strategies. I'm not going against the West Midlands Innovation sort of accelerator Mark II because it's done great things. But if we don't fully embed long-term innovation into economic development strategies, then we're missing a huge opportunity, and now's the time.
No, thanks very much for that. I know I've been looking at some stats, and it says that innovation drives 85% of growth. So it has to be embedded into your economic strategy, otherwise you won't grow.